Hey, this is Michael at digitaltshirtshop.com. So I would really like to on Amazon control my brand of products. So um, I've noticed that over time I've had more and more people stepping in and trying to sell the same product as me. However, they're offering them at a significantly lower price than I am. So, for example, if we take the Aloha Fish Hook t-shirt that I have here, over here, I've got a company or person out of Wisconsin that is actually selling the same shirt that I'm doing for nearly half the price or more than half the price, which I'm not 100% sure how well it's been selling. I just know they're not buying this particular item from me. If it were me and I was shopping Amazon and it was not a prime item, I would probably more than likely be considering buying it from the cheaper location. Um, so I pulled that one up. For example, if I came over and looked at this one right here, um, the bacon shirt, I've got some weird XICDIWZTRDY, whoever that is, I have no idea, out of Rhode Island, and they're also selling it for less than me. And here's another one. So I would typically sell this shirt for what, $14.99. There's that same company that's selling one of them, and the same company that's selling the other one, and a whole pile of other companies that are selling those shirts as well. And then there's me down at the bottom with the highest price. I guess I'm selling it for $11.99. Everybody's beating me on price. Uh, Most of them are beating me on freight as well. And, this guy's out of Canada, this guy's out of Colorado, this guy's out of Michigan, but I'm not selling this design anywhere other than Etsy or Amazon. And I drew this design, and the only way somebody could duplicate it is by actually copying it from me and then turning around and trying to sell it as well. Same thing with this. Now, typically, phrases, I'm not as concerned about phrases. Phrases are what they are. But the combination of phrases with graphics in this case is something that I designed, and it's different than other things that are on the market, although it mimics some other things that are on the market. And I'd like to have some control over that. I'd like to have some control over this. Um, so my challenge is I've gone and I've contacted Amazon. Amazon says that I really can't do anything unless I have a trademark on my brand. Now, they did send me back a big letter with like 10 little points that I had to clear up, uh, to show that I was the owner of the brand. And I went through and I detailed extensively all of those bullet points. And the one thing that I was missing was that trademark number that showed that I actually had a registered trademark, and Amazon didn't care that I drew, let's say, my pineapple. They didn't care that I drew my pineapple. They just don't care. They don't care at all. I do care because I've got five other competitors here that are trying to sell my product that I'm not selling it to. They are not buying it from me. They're buying it from themselves. Now, the other thing that's a concern to me is, are they getting the buy box? Now, I did look on one of them and they're not, but if you look at this one, it is in stock, it is shipped and sold from whoever that is, and that's not me. So basically, if somebody sees this design, and it looks like when I ran it through my generator, it kind of pushed that funny. But whoever's actually, this person is obviously taking my design and they are selling it. They're not buying it wholesale from me. They're just taking the design and printing it. So I want to be able to control this. And as they're expanding into my whole product line, which obviously they are here and they are here, and I'm not sure. I think I looked at this one and they don't have the buy box, even though they've got a lower price. Um, let's look at this one real quick. They've got the buy box there too. So, I'm losing out. If, I know I've been selling these. This has been actually pretty popular, but I'm not selling them on Amazon because I'm not the one with the buy box. So, anyways, so I've gone ahead and I've spent the morning. I want to go and I want to do a trademark registration. I spent a bunch of time kind of just making sure I'm familiar with what I need to do as far as registering a trademark. Excuse me, I'm going to yawn. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump through the hoops and try to do this. Now, you have the option to go through an attorney, you have the option to do it yourself. I'm going to go ahead and do it myself as opposed to going through with an attorney. I actually went and watched all these videos on the trademark site, USPTO .gov, and then they've got a link. Now I would actually file it this morning, but apparently they're going to be doing some maintenance, so I've got to wait till Monday. I didn't want to be stuck in the middle of this and have it go down. It says it's going to go down at 10 a.m. on August 26th, which is today. And East Coast time doesn't say what's East Coast. Yeah, East Coast time means it's probably could already actually be down. So because it's 8 a.m. Oh, it's 6 a.m. 6, 7, 8. I don't know. We'll go down in an hour probably. I just didn't want to be in the middle of an application and then have to stop. But anyways, so inside of there though, um, they have a link down here by where the applications are at. They to watch some videos on the nuts and bolts, and they're actually pretty decent videos. There were a couple things that uh, I thought were actually very helpful. Properly classifying your product, proper type of images based on the classification was important. Um, the searching, I went through, so I'm going to register digitaltshirtshop.com. And what is the challenge here? The challenge is that um, digital is not unique, t-shirt is not unique, and shop is not unique. Now, when I do a search for digital t-shirt, there are things that come up, but I actually, no, digital t-shirt, there were not a lot of things there was actually nothing that came up. Digital t-shirt shop, nothing came up. With and without hyphens, there was nothing that came up. Hyphens on t-shirt. Digital shop, there were obviously, a lot of printing shops that used the word digital and shop. Now, t-shirt shop, there were only two, and it looked as though they were both dead, variations of t-shirt shop names. And I'm not sure if they just didn't follow through on the application or what, but they were all dead. And then obviously t-shirts would have lots of options, and tees would have lots of options. And the concern is somebody making uh, not being able to distinguish me between somebody else. And I think I've got a pretty good chance where digital t-shirt shop is unique enough in that nobody else has registered it. Hopefully just the phrase in of itself is a phrase, not using just the word digital and not just using the word t-shirt and not just using the word shop. The three words together are unique enough that they'll go ahead and they'll just give me the trademark. And hopefully by watching all the videos, it'll, make sure that I kind of cross my T's and dotted my I's and not have too many hiccups in it. Now, I do remember I have filed one of these once before, and it ended in a complete disaster because somebody in Canada was using the same name, or a very, very similar name. We were using the name, it was doing senior citizen chair exercises, and the name was Sit and Dance. Or we were using the word sit, the letter N, then dance. And somebody in Canada was using sit and dance. And this lady in Canada, actually, I guess she had it flagged or something like that. I mean, literally within a couple weeks of us having filed the application for a trademark, her attorney contacted us about the use of the name. And we were arrogant enough to just say, who cares? She lives in Canada. Well, apparently, Canadians in international commerce and with trade agreements between nations have just as many rights as we do. And where she lives in Canada and does most of her selling in New England, the Northeast United States, she had a lot of rights that we were arrogant enough not to believe that she had. And I do actually remember sitting there going, who cares? She lives in Canada, of all places. She doesn't live in the United States. We're Americans. It's not the case. So, anyways, so um, this is kind of what we're facing. So I have gone and I've looked all over the internet using digital T-shirt shop, and everything that pulls up is me. I put my YouTube pages pull up, my Amazon pages pull up, digitaltshirtshop.com pulls up, uh, websites that are linking to pages on all of those different sites are pulling up, and I'm not seeing anybody else that is using the phrase digital T-shirt shop. Now, just the word digital and digital printing, digital combined with T-shirts because they're doing T-shirt printing, uh, that pulls up quite a bit. But when you do use parentheses and put in the words digital T-shirt shop, it's all me. I've got the YouTube page, I've got the Facebook page, I've got the Instagram page, I've got the domain name, the email address, I've got all those things. So the name really hopefully is unique enough to me that I can go ahead and pass through this application without a lot of problems. I really don't want to have to be denied or asked for additional information and have to pay another filing fee and all those different types of things that you may have to do in order to push this forward. And I also don't want to have to get an attorney if necessary. They do say that you can do it with or without one. And I know obviously the attorney helps because they understand the terminology a lot better, and which I like to think that I do, but then I realize that I don't. Hopefully, that's not terribly bad. Um, but that's kind of where we're at. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sometime here, I guess by Monday, turn around and file this application. We'll see if we can get this trademark going. Now, the problem is it's going to take 3 months before I even hear from them initially. I have a pretty strong feeling that I'm not going to get an initial approval, that I might have to have some interaction with them in the process. Uh, Fingers crossed, maybe I'll just get the approval. That would actually be very, very nice. And then I can take that approval and I can submit it to Amazon, and hopefully Amazon will block all of those people who are undercutting my price on my t-shirts. And I think, honestly, it's difficult enough to sell on Amazon that they really ought to, uh, if they want to create a brand and draw their own stuff, go and create your own brand and draw your own stuff and put that stuff online to sell. It's taken us a lot of effort and time in order to do that. And equally, they should be able to do that as well, or buy that product from us, which they're not doing. So, um, and I don't know that I'd sell it to them anyways. So, but anyways, that's what we're doing. That's where we're going. That's kind of what we're doing right now. We'll see what happens. This, I guess, will be an ongoing video that we'll come back to here in a couple of months after we hear back from the trademark office or determine, whether we have any sort of update. So, We'd like you to subscribe to digitaltshirtshop.com. It should be in the bottom corner, right over there, or if it's backwards, right over there. And then, like us on Facebook, all of that stuff. We'd love to have you follow along and see what it's like to start a business and the challenges that you face and whether it's profitable. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks.